Peace Collective. What's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, we're going to get into another deep dive today. As you can tell by the title, we're going to look into the energy around hip-hop producer Tay Keith. Okay, if you guys are ever interested in readings that look more into celebrity culture, the entertainment industry, music, sometimes politics, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series. That's where you guys can find more readings just like this one. This channel does offer love readings. We do live streams every once in a while. I do offer personals, birth chart information. All that's going to be in the description box down below. Like always, you guys, just as a quick disclaimer, this is not a fan page. This is not a stand page or anything of the sort. Everything in this reading is alleged, okay, until proven otherwise, and for entertainment purposes only, okay? Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you do resonate, you like the vibes here, share if you care. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, you don't like the subject matter, it is free as well, just to click off the reading, okay? Please feel free to get in the comments, let me know what you know, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you guys here, part of the family, okay? If you guys are not aware, Tay Keith, like I mentioned earlier, is a super producer, okay? A hip-hop super producer. He's worked with Travis Scott, Drake, okay? I mean, you can put him across the board. Moneybagg Yo, if I'm not mistaken, Sexy Red. So he's very popular, very well known, and he recently passed away. And if I'm not mistaken, at least at the time of this recording, we're still not 100% sure of his cause of death, okay? If anybody knows, if that's been updated by the time you guys catch this, definitely feel free to put it down in the comments, but we'll get into it. And I wanted to tap in to see what his energy was like before he passed, okay? So I have a King of Pentacles here to represent Tay Keith, being that he was a Virgo. And it's so weird because I've never gotten this energy before for a deep dive, but I saw the news pretty much immediately, like right after it happened, right after it was announced. And I got like an immediate hit, like, oh yeah, you need to tap into this. You should tap in, go ahead. It's as if I had permission to tap in immediately. But then the permission was revoked. I don't really know how to explain it. Because I've never had that experience doing a tap in, especially with someone who has already passed on. It's as if I had clearance, and then it's as if his energy kind of fell back and disappeared for a minute, and then it came back. And that's what I mean by, okay, now I have permission again to go ahead and tap in, because I feel like I was granted permission, it was taken away real fast, and now I'm being allowed back in the energy. So I don't know what that's about, but we'll get into the reading and see, okay? If somebody wants to timestamp, you are more than welcome to. Thank you very kindly ahead of time. We're going to start with one oracle deck, and then we'll get into some others plus some tarot. Okay, what was his energy, please, for Tay Keith? Heavenly Father, please and thank you. What was Tay Keith's energy prior to him passing? Please and thank you. What was Tay Keith's energy prior to him passing away? Please and thank you. Definitely sending my condolences to his loved ones, his family, his kids, if he's got any kids or anything like that. Okay, what was his energy like prior to him passing, please? Oh, okay. You have puzzled. It says confused, perplexed, and conflicted. Okay, confused, perplexed, or conflicted about what? And again, guys, at this time, I'm asking specifically, what was his energy like prior to him passing, okay? Confused and perplexed about what? What was your... He could have been thinking about going in another direction, or maybe not leaving music completely, but maybe doing something different than what he's been doing for the last few years. But what is this? Confused and conflicted about what prior to your passing, please? Family. Oh, wow. Okay. Blood ties and inner circle. Again, I don't know if he has kids or anything like that, you guys. I don't know if this man was married. I don't, when I do deep dives, I don't follow these people online, okay? I just knew exactly who he was when I heard he passed. I got permission almost right away. The energy was very strong, very loud, and then it just disappeared. So what was your energy beforehand? He could have been in the midst of a family situation, a family dynamic that could have been a little bit hectic at this time. Even before I sat to record, I was getting this energy of like flying monkeys, or him feeling as though there were a lot of karmic people around him. Maybe these karmic people around him allegedly may have been family members, okay? Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. But the inner circle could also be your industry, quote unquote, family, the inner circles of the industry that you're involved in. But what was your energy like before your passing? Please and thank you. Oh, wow, here it is. Yep. Mothering energy, gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Distance and boundaries. So he could have recently like cut off a feminine energy around him, maybe like the mother of his child, if he had, again, I don't know if he has kids or not, but you have a feminine energy and the woman is pregnant. So there could have been some very serious boundaries set up between him and a significant other. Whether he had children with this woman or not, I don't think he was really too fond or too happy with the distance between him and a particular person. Again, guys, I'm just asking, what was his energy like before he passed away? I'm not saying that's why he passed away. This is just the energy beforehand, okay? Divorce, ghosted, and separation. You even have this boundaries card that says disrespectful, enough is enough, and defend yourself, okay? Something here about money was a factor as well. Like he had to learn to set boundaries with people before his passing. Like he was really learning to say no, stand his ground. Maybe not physically, like in a violent situation, but it's no isn't answered just the way that yes is. So I'm picking up in his energy. It's like he's learned to create boundaries, and maybe those boundaries weren't there before. And now once you start moving different and putting up boundaries, now everybody else around you may start acting a little different, okay? Or, oh, you switched up, you changed up. No, I just created boundaries, okay? Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. And you have sipping. Oh, wow, here it is. Rumors, gossip, and rumors around legalities, okay? I just said something about the money. It was funny. I wasn't going to just blame, the industry or the record label, but people could have owed him a lot of money as well, is what I'm getting here. Now, again, I'm not saying that's why he's no longer with us. I'm specifically asking for the people that like to hop and skip around in the readings what his energy was like beforehand, okay? What was your energy like before your passing? Please and thank you. You have hopeful, okay, inspired, optimistic, and success. Okay, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm not here to diagnose anybody, but I'm hearing the word like bipolar already. I'm hearing the word bipolar. Yeah, look at this. You got continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addictions, and a clingy ex. So I literally just said that how, I don't think he was too happy about some type of separation between him and a woman here. And this could have been a very karmic relationship, a very karmic cycle that he was in. What is this? Oh, masked. Okay, hiding, concealing, and then you have deception. Yeah, so again, he's had to, before he passed, he was learning to create a lot of boundaries with people here. It's like, you fuck up with me one time, there is no more room for you in my inner circle, okay? There was something here that was kept very quiet. What is this masked energy? Why is it showing up before his passing? He could have found out, maybe he was being lied to. I'm hearing he could have found out he was being manipulated. Okay, what is this, please? Hiding, concealing, and deception about what? Please and thank you. Oop. Oh, wow. Suffering in silence. Yeah, there's something here that's like kept under wraps. So he was stressed out about family issues and a breakup here, it looks like. Okay, unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. He felt very misunderstood is what I'm hearing as well. He could have been the type that would like, get in his feelings and like cut people off and go distant. Even with friends and family. But I feel like with some of these friends and family, they understood. Like, okay, well, Tay, he's just going through his moment. Give him a day or two, he'll be back. Give him a day or two, he'll be back to normal. But he had a lot of like stress on his back. I keep hearing the energy like flying monkeys or monkeys on my back. Okay. Can we get one more on this, please? What was your energy like prior to your passing? Please and thank you. And it's like he was hopeful or feeling optimistic about having a baby with somebody or being with somebody. But again, there was a lot of distance here. Some deception was involved. And again, too, with the family dynamic as well. Will we get one more for the energy prior to your passing, please and thank you? Epiphany. Yep, he was having massive realizations, had wake-up calls. Okay, he could have been, I don't know, obviously I don't know his birth chart. I didn't look at it or anything, but something about like his Saturn return. He could have been going through a Saturn return. Saturn is in Aries right now. He was 29 years old. Your Saturn return is usually between the ages of 28, 29, and 30. So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Saturn's in Aries, so yeah, we're the same age. I'm 29 as well. So, yeah, he was going through his Saturn return. So he was having a lot of massive awakenings and realizations, and there could have been some type of, fresh beginnings to be had here for him, which is why you have puzzled, conflicted, confused, wanting to go in a new direction here. Or again, maybe wanting to start a family if he didn't already have kids or anything like that. But this Epiphany card, it says self-reflection, answered questions, and untapped talents. Yeah, it's as if he found something out that he wasn't supposed to find out with either a woman that he was involved with or family. Again, people like a lot of money being kept under wraps is what it's coming through as, and he could have found out. Now, again, I'm not saying that's why or had anything to do with him passing. Again, this is asking just specifically what energy he was in beforehand, okay? Let's see, let me get out of this deck. This is called the Dead Inside deck, and it's weird that I was even gravitated toward this because this is not meant to be like offensive or anything like that, because this gentleman has passed away. He is no longer with us, but I was guided to use this deck. I don't know why, but I was. So let's see. Give me 1 second, guys, because I'm gonna have to look this up because I keep getting the energy around children. Now I have to like see, because I don't want to just say something and I'd be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm only a human, right? We can't know everything, but now I want to know if he has kids or not. So just give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, my bad, guys. I'm back, but I had to just look it up. I didn't really see any information about his personal life or any children, but the statement that I saw that his family put out, the family acknowledged him as a beloved son, brother, uncle, and a friend. So there was no indication from the family statement that he was a father, okay? They specifically labeled him as a beloved brother, friend, uncle, son, and family member. So I don't see anything about kids, but there could just be, again, there's still an energy of a woman that I'm getting very heavily that he was involved with. And maybe he wanted to settle down and have a family. He was, contemplating it, but there was some type of separation or breakup or boundaries in place. And he was very excited about this relationship, or again, maybe having a child with somebody here possibly, okay? But it looks like it didn't work out. And he could have been really in his feelings about this. And I also see that he found something out. It's like he discovered something. He had an awakening to something as well. Okay, what was your energy like, please and thank you, prior to your passing? Please and thank you. What was your energy like, please, prior to your passing? Please and thank you. Ooh. Okay. This one says laughing through the pain. Yep. Humor as a shield and disguise. So if you're laughing through the pain, humor is just a mask, just a disguise. It's probably because you're hurting on the inside. And I don't think a lot of people realize that about people who suffer from depression. Depressed people have good days too. We have days where we're not sad or in a room for all day long crying, going through mood swings. Depressed people have good days too. Good weeks at that, good months with no episodes. But with this particular energy, it feels like he was definitely someone who would use maybe a smile or making everybody else feel good, making everybody else laugh as some type of shield or mask, okay? A disguise, as it says, all right? Maybe that's what this masked, concealing, deceptive energy is about, not being fully honest or transparent about what it is that you really feel, okay? And then you have scrolling instead of healing that fell out. All of these books are saying self-help, healing journal, self-help, numbness, mindless distraction. So he would definitely use work and his creativity as a distraction, okay, from his feelings or his emotions. Okay, what is this energy, please, that he was in prior to his passing? Please and thank you. Okay, it says over-explaining everything. Okay, the skull figure is sweating. It says anxiety, insecurity, and rambling. Now, in the same breath, we had the suffering and silence, okay? Unspoken desires and real feelings, but, someone who maybe not be very open or expressive about these insecurities or anxieties. What were you having anxiety about prior to your passing, please? What were you anxious or feeling insecure about, please? And thank you. Chaos addiction, misprocessing, yep. Treating drama as therapy. Interesting. This feels like somebody who felt very overwhelmed, felt like there were a lot of monkeys on his back. Drama, gossip, personal growth. It even said, again, chaos addiction. I said this before, and the skeleton figure even is like he's writing in a book and has on headphones. And Tay Keith was a very popular producer. So I think he would bury himself in work just to distract himself from like personal family drama with the woman or something like that, okay? What is his energy, please? Oh, his card slipped over. What was the energy you were in prior, please and thank you? So he was very anxious and about the drama going on in his life just overall. What is this? What was your energy like prior to you passing, please and thank you? Okay, doing it again. Oops. It says compulsion. Wow, bad decisions. And the skeleton figure is about to press this red button. But the red button says definitely a bad idea. Oh, we're gonna have to get a little bit more into that. Okay. We saw a card that said that in the last deck, something about continuous cycles, addictions, bad decisions. Again, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but he could have been trying to let a particular habit go, or maybe let a particular relationship go that was causing him a lot of stress, a lot of drama attached to it. But again, we had chaos addiction, being addicted to drama, not even knowing how to be in a situation that doesn't come with drama. Okay, what is this? Compulsion, bad decisions, please and thank you. Can we get one more on this? So yeah, he was like trying to change his ways. He had some type of awakening that he was going through. It feels like an epiphany. It's almost like a come to Jesus moment that he was kind of struggling with or teeter-tottering with. Ooh. Let's see, what is this? enlightened for 4 hours. You can't make it up. You're going through some type of awakening. It says spiritual high and a reality check. Interesting. What does that say? I can't read what the bottle says, but this skeleton figure looks like he's about to ascend into the clouds, but I'm gonna have to use another deck. Okay, doom scrolling at 3 a.m., insomnia, internal spiral, and anxiety loop. Said yes when you meant hell no. So again, somebody here looks like this is giving me the energy of somebody who would like be up all night just to avoid their inner thoughts or to avoid being alone. Or again, maybe bury themselves in work so they don't have to be alone with their thoughts. Even when he really didn't want to do something, he may have just still said yes and go ahead to do it. Too many dings, not enough peace. Imagine all these people reaching out to you, trying to get a beat, get a sample, this, that, and the third, all these notifications, but it's like it was too much, very overwhelmed. Looks like he felt very overwhelmed. I keep getting that. Shadow work. I told you he was going through some type of spiritual awakening, trying to go to a new direction, but it's almost as if he feels like, or he felt like, it's coming through like nobody gives a fuck. Like all y'all are worried about what I can do for y'all, but I'm over here trying to heal, do some shadow work, but y'all not trying to hear that. Is the energy I get from him. Spiritual procrastination, but you have spiritual procrastination because you're burying yourself in work all the time to avoid some type of healing process. Okay, it's almost like he could have felt as though like saying you're depressed or anxiety is an excuse, even though that's exactly what you're feeling and it's affecting your day to day. But nah, when it comes to work, that's just an excuse. I need to show up and show out. It almost just kind of feels like burnout. If I'm going to be honest with you, it really just feels like burnout here. He was very burnt out, overwhelmed, had a lot of anxiety he was dealing with, family stress, people always wanting something from him. So, he created a lot of boundaries, and he finally learned to create those boundaries, okay? Oh, we're going to get into this intuitive Kev deck, you guys. If this is making any sense to y'all, or what it is you guys have heard, or what you know, if you follow Tay Keith, definitely, feel free to tie up the loose ends in the comments below, okay? All right. Let's see. What's this energy around Tay Keith, please and thank you? What was this energy surrounding Tay Keith, please and thank you? Can you take us to, okay, well, when he passed away, what was going on that day when he passed away? Please and thank you. What was going on that day when he passed away? Because again, he was found in his apartment, or maybe a condo, an apartment, living in Nashville, Tennessee. So or maybe he was just traveling there. I don't know, but they found him in an apartment. So I don't know if he's originally from Tennessee. I feel like he's from Memphis. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's from Memphis. Nashville is a little ways from Memphis, but that's where he was found. So what was going on in Nashville, or what happened like the day he passed? Because if they found him just the other day, doesn't mean that was the exact day he passed. He could have passed hours before that, But let's see. What was the energy around Tay Keith, please and thank you? What was going on with Tay Keith the day he passed away? Please and thank you. This obsession? Oh, obsession. Okay. Interesting. We did see a card briefly in one of the first decks that said clingy exes, being stuck in old ways. Okay, you have obsession. I feel like this has to do with an obsession with work. Okay, that's the thing about an earth sign, Virgo towards Capricorn, especially a Capricorn or a Virgo, they will work themselves to death and pretend like they didn't just work themselves to death to burnout almost. But what is this obsession? Why is this showing up in the energy the day of your passing? Please and thank you. I'm asking specifically now, what happened the day of your passing? Please and thank you. Obsession. Why is this here? Oh, a priestess. Yeah, so you can't make this up. He may have been isolating a lot more than what people were used to him isolating, because again, he was going through some type of spiritual awakening here. He could have gone to like a seer, a healer, a reader, or something, a practitioner, basically. Yeah, rich girl, and then jealous and envy. You can't make this up. So I know he's a man, he's not a girl, but there's something here about the money that was very important, or I can't help but feel like he was, I don't want to say stolen from, but he was definitely used when it comes to money and finances, okay? I'm hearing, wow, that's interesting. I'm hearing the word seance. A seance could have been done. I think a seance is when it's like you do like ritual work basically, or you're looking to talk to the spirits and stuff. I think a seance is when you use like a Ouija board. That would be considered a seance. Oh geez. Okay, what was the energy like, please, or what was going on the day you passed? Please and thank you. What is this? Thoughts. He had a lot on his mind, obviously. I get the heavy energy of being alone, like heavy alone in your thoughts, obsessively thinking about stuff. And it's almost as if he was getting to the point where it's like, I don't want to say like obsessed with spiritual work or the awakening process, but it almost feels like he was getting to the point, or he was at the point where it's like, if I don't get right spiritually, nothing else will be right. I have to do this. And that's the thing too about a Virgo. Like, I'm a Virgo rising and a Virgo North Node. So we can be very judgmental sometimes of things, or very perfectionism. We can be very judgmental if a situation or even something we're doing ourselves is not perfect the way that we would like it to be. So it's like, I have to get this. If I don't get right, if I don't do this, if I don't pray exactly 3 times a day, something bad will happen. It's almost what this feels like. You know, if I don't, cleanse my spiritual tools every week, this and the third is going to happen. It's like he was going down a rabbit hole or something, almost, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Not that that's a bad thing to be, hyper aware of your spiritual hygiene, but okay, what is this? What was the energy like, please? During or the day of your passing, please and thank you. So again, he was very heavily in the energy of looking into, studying, reading about, learning more about his spirituality, thinking about what to do next that would be more in alignment with spiritual growth, okay? What was the energy like the day of your passing? What was going on then, please? Evil eye. Didn't I just say that? He could feel as though if I don't do this, if I don't do that, something bad could happen. Evil eye. Yeah, so he could have felt like a lot of people were watching him too. It's a lot of paranoia, anxiety. Love, offer, and abundance. Yep. False. Flying monkey. I said that earlier. So he could have felt like a lot of the love that he would get was fake, that people didn't really genuinely have his best intentions at heart. It's always about the money. Money, 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 money. Okay. And these are all women. So there's a woman here that he was frustrated with, or that was frustrated with him. What was the energy like on the day or the night of your passing? Please and thank you. He felt like somebody was spiritually evil-eyeing him. What was the energy like the day of your passing? Please and thank you. Oh, okay. Jealousy and envy and moving on. So somebody here was upset about him moving on, or he was not too happy about somebody else moving on here. False narrative and rich girl. Wow. Love offer. Oh. Yeah, and then jealousy and envy. So Okay, this is starting to make me feel like somebody could have got set up or something. Now, in the news report, there wasn't any foul play that was found. At least that's what they're telling us. There's no foul play. False narrative, rich girl. So he was being lied to about his money and finances and stuff like that. And it could have created conflict here. What was the energy, please, the day of your passing? What is this jealousy and envy about somebody moving on, please? The day of your passing? Why is this even showing up? Intuitive Kev and karmic feminine. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. It's like somebody was moving on. Okay, I had said earlier, like, I don't think he was too happy about somebody moving on from him or creating distance. But I had mentioned earlier, chaos addiction. Some people like are addicted to drama. God forbid peace comes to them in a relationship. They may not know how to handle it, or they may not think that person actually loves or cares about them because they're not jealous or they don't throw fits and stuff. So there's a karmic feminine. Yeah, so his intuition was popping off, or again, he had an epiphany. He figured or found something out about someone he was attached to. He moved on, created distance or boundaries from this person, and this person is coming through as like obsessed. Now, it was coming through that he wasn't so happy about this moving on, this distance, this separation. But in the same breath, he knew that this person was a karmic feminine. 3131 on the timer I just saw. It's like when you're in a toxic relationship, but it's like you feel like you love that person and that person loves you, and it's very hard to let go, even though you know that this may not be the best for you. Yeah, so he moved on from a karmic feminine here that he knew was karmic. It just took a while to let it go, is what it's giving. It was very difficult to do. And he has like a lot of anxiety and paranoia around this situation. So, and I'm asking specifically again about the day of him passing. Okay, what is this? The day of your passing. Why is this karmic feminine showing up here with evil eye? On the day of your passing, please? Or the night of your passing, please and thank you? Why is she showing up here in regards to the night or the day of your passing, please and thank you? What was going on the day of your passing? What is this? North Node. I told you he was trying to grow, expand, get out of this karmic energy or get away from karmic energies. There's a lot of boundaries and distance being created. And again, it almost came through as like an epiphany or some type of spiritual awakening. It's like all of a sudden he's realized he had to do this. Or again, he found something out. And that could have just been finding out or discovering that this is not part of your North Node. Okay? That Saturn return really will shake up a lot of things for you. Most people experience massive shifts in their career, love life, just life in general, like massive life changes during your Saturn return. So this is what this feels like. What was going on the day of your passing? Please and thank you. And it's like he could have been trying to tell this woman the day of his passing or like the day before, like, this is not making sense. This is not going to work. You know, I'm really concerned about my future or who I'm supposed to be as a man. And this is not in alignment with that. Okay, yeah, look, real love. He's looking for real love, stability. I told you, he wanted to settle down here with somebody. Real love and a boss. Okay, you have house here, so stability. He was looking for more stability, something more genuine, it feels like. Unexpected money. And this karmic feminine was not like in alignment with that, is what it feels like. And he had to have like a massive awakening or realization to that. What is this, please? What was going on the day of your passing? Please and thank you. Ancestors. Yeah, so I'm seeing somebody like in a room. I don't know how to explain this, but I'm seeing somebody just in a room, just chilling, doing their thing, right? And it's as if this person may be, again, like isolating or in hermit mode because they're in the energy of trying to heal, do some shadow work. But this person that I'm having a vision of, it's like they're being interrupted. It's like they can't focus to meditate, they can't focus to write, they can't focus. So this person, at least in the vision that I'm having, they're very distracted by what's going on. It's distracting them from like meditation or them focusing on working. So he felt like this person was a distraction. And whoever this woman is, like, they're coming through as obsessed. And they like would not leave him alone or something. Ancestors and priests. So he could have some type of blood, like ancestral bloodline. And it's like coming through as some type of activation that was going on. Okay, what was going on the day of your passing? Please and thank you. Why is obsession showing up here? It's like he was starting to become very intrigued by like the occult and maybe just again spirituality, his higher self, and things like that. What was going on, please, the day of your passing? Please and thank you. Message and distant future. Okay, it's as if whoever this person is, that's like was kind of like obsessed with his energy, or maybe just obsessed with what he could do for them. It's like there was a message of concern with this message that he received that day. And distant future. It's as if, again, I had a vision of someone just chilling by themselves, doing their thing, minding their business in their own space, and they keep getting interrupted by somebody. Distant future and message. Why is this going on the day of your passing, please? He could have gotten a very alarming or disturbing message from somebody the day he passed. What is this? Like someone here said something like very obsessive. You ever get the energy from somebody where they be like, well, you know, if I can't have you, nobody can. Or this is the energy of like, if I don't, you know, if you don't do this, you'll never see your kids again, or I'm gonna tell so-and-so if you don't do this for me. It's like he got a very like concerning message from probably this karmic feminine. And it just threw him for a loop. He was very paranoid the day he passed away. Yeah, look, false documents and flying monkey. First of all, he felt like he had people watching him, okay? False documents, information, statements, and agreement. And again, I see something here also happening where it's like he could have found out or discovered something funny was going on with the money. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Message was out, not false. And he was definitely like lied to by a woman or something, it looks like. I was saying like a setup vibe. I really didn't want to say that, but he could have just felt that way. Again, very paranoid. Based on feeling that way because of what this person was sending him message-wise, okay? What was the energy like the day of his passing? What was this message about, please? The day of his passing. Rich guy, I just said that. Something here about the money. He found out something was going on with the money. Someone could have tried to rob him or something too, is what I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I am. You have third-party situation that was flipped over. I told you somebody was mad about him moving on. Because God forbid you move on, it's giving, what's that song? Ring the Alarm. Beyonce was mad as hell in that song, Ring the Alarm. You know, she's going to be rocking my chinchilla coats if I let you go. So whoever this person was that he was attached to was very addicted to the lifestyle he was affording them. And again, if I can't have you, nobody can. This, that, and the third. What is this? What happened the day he passed? Please, thank you. Ooh. Karmic masculine and a boss. So yeah, so there was something going on here with the money behind the scenes that he discovered. He found out. He could have confronted somebody, you know, maybe these executives at the tables, whoever, what label he was signed to or whatever. Karmic masculine and then boss. He could also be the boss, you know, the provider, but karmic masculine. I told you he was trying to get out of this karmic energy because he wasn't in alignment with this karmic feminine anymore. What happened the day he passed? Please and thank you. What is this? And this karmic feminine looks like she's hiding something behind her back, like she's got something up her sleeve. What happened the day you passed away? And why is this energy showing up? What happened the day you passed away? Please and thank you. Oh, wow. Death magic? I literally just said, if he felt like, if I don't do certain things, if I don't cleanse my tools, if I don't take my spiritual baths once a week, if I don't, something bad will happen to me. So he was very paranoid already about someone having it out for him. Death magic and karmic feminine. This woman looks like she's got something up her sleeve behind her back. And then you have evil eyes. Someone here did not want him to move on. They wanted him to stay a karmic masculine, and he was growing out of that. And him being a divine masculine, or growing up into that, into getting more into his north node, would not have worked for the karmic feminine. Moving on from her would not afford her the lifestyle that she wanted, whoever this woman is. And then you have death magic. What is this? Someone could have tried to put work over his life with this death magic. And maybe that's why he was becoming so much more, quote unquote, obsessed, or going down the rabbit hole with practitioners or spiritual cleansing, getting into his north node. Okay, what is this death magic? Why is this here? What happened the day you passed, please and thank you? Stars, what? You can't make it up. Star seed and thief. Didn't I just say it feels like this feels like a setup to me? Or someone tried to rob him or steal from him? Yeah, it's like he was getting set up. He felt like somebody was gonna set him up, or someone tried to set him up, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, and with the star seed, because he's coming through as the star seed. Because I literally, again, I keep saying he was heavily in this energy prior to him passing, the day of his passing, like being very deeply enthralled with his higher self, or changing his life around to get out of karmic energy or create boundaries with karmic energies. Third party situation, star seed, and a thief. So he could have been getting stolen from through the labels, and someone here, didn't want him to move on. So it's like, wow, his intuition was going off. Karma. Damn. Flying monkey and entity attachment. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Awakening. Yep. He was having awakening. He woke up to the fact that somebody here, again, did not have his best intentions. He had a massive awakening to the fact that the person he was attached to was just a flying monkey. Okay, negative dark energy attachments. We just got death magic. So someone could have definitely put work on him and tried to get him set up. But again, the reports are coming through as if there was no foul play. Okay, apparently there was no foul play. Allegedly. If somebody read a police report or heard something differently, please tell me, because this does not feel like that. I'm going to have to get into my true crime oracle, because, yeah, and look, flying monkey, people watching your house. There could have been like cars and shit, vehicles parked outside of his house that he'd never seen. Here it is again, entity attachment. So it's as if he was like trying to cleanse his aura, cleanse his space. I'm getting this energy from him like he could have just recently moved as well. Allegedly. A little more on this, please. Rising star. Yeah, he felt like people were just only after him because of his money and his fame and his status. So he felt like that a lot. And that could have really bothered him, But again, you've had unspoken desires, suffering in silence. Maybe, you just didn't want to say that or give off that impression to people because you still got to work. It's a blessing. I should be grateful that I'm here where I'm at right now. Yes, I get it. That's true. But it doesn't mean to burn yourself out or act like you're not feeling how you're feeling, okay? We're going to get into this true crime really quick because he knew like a lot of people were jealous. He knew a lot of people envied him. And it's weird because he knew about someone he was involved with being a karmic, and like something very negative was attached to her, but it's like he was in this loop with this woman. Okay, what happened to you the day you passed? Please and thank you. What? Ooh. Okay, this one intuitive Kev card in this deck that shouldn't be here. Travel. Interesting. Yeah, it says he moved on from somebody. I just said that he could have just recently moved or relocated or something. He could have been going on the road or something soon. But it's almost like, I don't want to say that. Okay, well, what happened, please? What is this energy surrounding? Tay keeps passing, please and thank you. That's way too many cards, guys. But what is energy, please, surrounding Tay keeps passing, please and thank you? And why is this energy showing up? Ooh. Oh, you have dismemberment and organized crime. Interesting. Now, when you dismember something or somebody, that usually means that you like cut it up and buried it. Okay, dismemberment is like when you cut up a body or something. Obviously, he wasn't found like that, but organized crime. Didn't I say before it kind of feels like a setup or something? Why is it here? What's the energy surrounding his passing? Please and thank you. Surveillance. Okay, so I don't know what type of building he was in, what type of apartment he lived in, but you could see somebody on camera, like something or someone is on camera. Oh, geez. Life insurance, assassination. Wow, okay. What's the energy, please, around the passing? He could have had cameras, not only just in his place, like in his unit, his apartment, but like whatever, again, building, condo complex he was living in at the time, where he was found at the time. There's something here on camera. Like you can see him and somebody else on camera is what it's coming through as. Because what I'm having a vision of, it looks like camera footage from like a hotel or an apartment building. Like I'm seeing concierge and bellboys and whatnot. But what is this energy, please, surrounding your passing, the day you passed away? What was the energy? What happened, please and thank you? Travel again? Okay, so he was either traveling and on the road, or whoever being here in Nashville where he was found, or somebody traveled to him where he was at. Because this is the second time I'm seeing travel in the last like 5 minutes. Okay, what is this energy, please? What happened when you passed away? Please and thank you. What happened? And remember, guys, I have mentioned very earlier in the reading, I've never gotten this energy before with a deep dive, but I found out about what happened almost immediately. I made my community board post that I was going to do the deep dive. It's as if I had immediate permission to tap into the energy, and then the permission or his energy just disappeared. It's like he was ready to talk, gung-ho, and then just literally like within the next day, gone. Just the energy was not existent. It's as if I had permission revoked, which is why this reading has taken a couple days to come up, because I just like I didn't have permission to tap into the energy. I did for a day, then I didn't the next few days, and that's why it took a little while. But I've never experienced that before. Oh, you have lies and alive. This magician card with the lies and then alive. I mean, obviously you were alive before you passed, but like, I mean, he was, okay, he may have been alive for quite some time before he actually passed. Damn, there's a lot of like misinformation or lies around this. What happened, please, when you passed, or what happened to you? Can you tell us what happened to you? Burial? He wasn't buried or anything like that, but I mentioned way earlier how there's something here beneath the surface, or a lot of things that are not being said. And I can't help but feel like someone here is on camera. Wow, okay, so what happened to you though, please and thank you? Intuition. His intuition was on point about something. It's almost as if like he was told to come somewhere. He decided not to go because, again, guys, I had the vision of somebody in hermit mode, just kind of in the house, working, chilling, doing their thing. And they keep getting interrupted by somebody. So they can't focus on their healing or their quiet time. And that's coming up as Tay Keith. And you have intuitions. Intuition was popping off. So again, somebody wanted him to go somewhere, show up somewhere, travel somewhere. He decided not to go, so they came to him, it feels like. Which is why you see them on camera. Okay, what is this intuition and organized crime? He felt like somebody was after him already. Outer space, okay. Revenge. Didn't I say this karmic feminine has something up her fucking back, up her sleeves? Okay, I'm not here to point fingers or say that it was somebody that, you know, took him out of here, but this definitely kind of feels like a setup. Revenge, outer space. And then this third one was a cleanup. Something was cleaned up. I saw a cover-up tried to show up earlier. It didn't fall out, though. So, water and money. Yep. Okay, what happened to you, please? Revenge, dismemberment, and clean up. It's as if, like, we can't make it look messy. It can't be messy or something. Oh, geez. What is this? But in the same breath, you guys, yes, he did struggle with a lot of paranoia and anxiety is what I'm seeing for sure. What is this cleanup and revenge, please? Or what happened to you? What is happening? Can you just tell us what happened to you, please? Because that's like he doesn't want to say. Like, he doesn't want to just straight up say it. Wooded area. Yeah, it's like a little foggy. It's dense. Can't see it clearly. Legal proceedings are going to come out of this. What happened to you, though? Revenge. Okay, well, let me see. What is this lies and then alive about? Again, someone, they may not have told us that yet. Maybe they will eventually, but I don't see that it's out in the news report that he was alive for a while before he passed. Like, because then they just found him in an apartment on like a wellness check. They didn't know. Nobody knew anything happened to him. What is this, please? What is this lies and alive about? Run away. Okay, why is this showing up here? Assassination, and then you have celebrity. Wow. What is this lies about, please, in regards to what happened to him? Oh, damn. And then you have the death card. So there's some lies going on around his passing for sure. Damn. You have a serial killer and then the home. He was, again, whatever this apartment was in Nashville, I don't know if that was just somewhere he was chilling and hanging out as an Airbnb while on the road, or that's where he actually lived, like his house. But someone was definitely watching him, keeping tabs on him. Serial killer and home. It's like someone is trying to get away with something or run away with this death and run away. You can see somebody leaving on camera somewhere. And they're going to be like, oh, that was them. That was that person. Drugs and poison. And then you have spouse and partner in the middle of the deck as I split it. Drugs and poison, spouse and partner. Didn't I say there was a partner here that didn't want him to move on? Social media. Things are all over on social media, obviously. Someone here tried to bury it, but everything is on social media now. But there are definitely lies going around this death around social media. I have lies, death, and social media. What is this? Ooh, abuse and neglect. Wow, okay. Strangulation? Oh my gosh. Missing. Yeah, it's like people hadn't heard from him for a while. That's why I said before, it's like he would go MIA and isolate for maybe like a day or two with his people, and they got used to that. But this felt like a little too long. Damn, I wonder if it's going to come out in an autopsy report, if they're going to be honest about how long he had actually been deceased before somebody went to go check on him. Because I don't think it was just instantaneous in that moment. Here's a wellness check, an hour later, now you found him. He was there for a little bit. Obviously not like decomposed or anything. I'm not saying that. But it had been a couple days is what it's giving. Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. If not like a couple of days, then maybe like a very long 2 days. And again, I can't help but feel like he knew already not to go where somebody was telling him to go. So it's like instead they came to him. Strangulation and abuse and neglect. Fraud. And then, ooh, geez, and you have the devil here. Wow, didn't we see entity attachment? Fraud and the devil. So I don't want to say that, but it definitely feels like he got like set up or robbed or something like that, you guys. By somebody like he's very, very familiar with, somebody he knows. That's why I said before, this is like, okay, he was told to show up or go somewhere, but he didn't want to do that because his intuition was going off. It's like, you know what? Yeah, you come here. You can come back. You can come through to me. You can come here. Where he was located, where he was at. And if this is a wellness check, then that means they were probably doing a wellness check at somewhere that he was living or staying for a certain extended amount of time, like an Airbnb or something. Wow, I can't make this up. You have serial killer. Here it is. Yep, motel, hotel. As I just said, it could have been an Airbnb, if not like his actual place of residence. He had already been being watched. That's why he was paranoid. He already felt it. He probably didn't know exactly by what means or how, but he definitely knew somebody was like kind of watching him, keeping tabs. And then again, there's another element here about, the industry and him, maybe money being stolen from him finding that out. But this devil and then revenge, someone here was like obsessed with like get back on him or obsessed with him and his energy. Obsessed again with what he could do for them financially with the fraud here. And again, it was kind of giving that energy. If I can't have you, nobody fucking can. Damn. And again, I also see that he was trying to like change his life around and maybe just do something differently with his life. Maybe not give away or stop doing music completely, but he was really trying to pivot here. 5 of Swords, some type of argument, conflict. 5 of Swords can be like sabotage or mental manipulation sometimes as well. The 5 of Swords is like verbal aggression, an argument of some sort. That's why I said things were getting very toxic between him and this woman. That's why he walked away. Took a while, but he finally did. 2 of Cups in the reverse. I don't even read reverses, you guys, but the 2 of Cups in reverse is definitely like something that's imbalanced. Unharmonious friendship or relationship. Not being together anymore. Karmic soulmates, But I'm going to flip it up right. But this definitely has to do with a relationship or a partnership here. 5 of Swords, 2 of Cups. There was a lot of arguing that was going on here. Yeah, here it is. 5 of Wands showed up in the reverse, but I don't really read reversals, you guys. But it's like somebody wants to fight or argue with him. He was definitely set up, allegedly. Temperance and the Star. 5 of Wands is usually a card that shows multiple people like fighting each other physically. You have the 5 of Swords, that's the verbal argument. Now the 5 of Wands is the physical argument, the physical fights. The Emperor, Aries energy, someone very controlling, domineering. there could have been some type of like abuse in the relationship he was in. And it's weird because with as much growth as he was trying to do, especially with the Emperor showing up here, he was struggling, to get out of certain energy and to grow and to get into his North Node, but he knew it was something he had to do. He was very serious about it. But I can't help but feel like this karmic feminine was the aggressor in certain moments, allegedly. And he felt like nobody really cared about what he had to say, really cared about his side of things. Because, well, you're the emperor, you're the man, you making all this money, shouldn't you be good? Queen of Swords, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini woman. Queen of Swords is like a truth teller, someone who's very good at communicating. They're very smart, very intelligent. Yeah, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups. I told you, he wanted to have like a breakthrough. He wanted to have a family or settle down or something. And I told you, this is definitely connected to somebody he knew very, very well, very closely. What is this? Allegedly. 10 of Wands. So, but he left this person because it was becoming too much of a burden. Yeah, he was very honest with this woman. It's like, I need to grow up, or you need to grow up. We're not in alignment anymore. Queen of Swords and the Emperor is not really a match. So it was hard for him to do that, but he did it because he knew that's what he needed to do. But I don't think he thought it would come with all of this. The obsession, him not being able to be left alone. Okay, death magic. This woman could be involved in occult practices as well, as what I'm seeing. The Magician showing up again, and the Lovers. Yep. Gemini, Virgo here. You can't make it up. Gemini and Virgo. The Magician and the Lovers. This is definitely giving me like a manipulated situation. The Lovers is definitely people involved with each other or in cahoots, working together, if not some type of choice or decision here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Someone may try to make it seem or manipulate the story that he was abusive and he would put his hands on women and things like that. When you got the King of Cups, he's actually a teddy bear, like a lover boy is what I get. So that's not going to be true. If that comes out at some point, that's not going to be true. Or if people try to say that like on social media comments, I don't see that. Interesting. The Lovers and the Two of Cups. He wanted something more genuine, more serious. Like someone he could have a spiritual bond with, not just a sexual bond with, Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Again, something here was all about the money. I'm hearing Bone Thugs and Harmony. That song's been coming through very heavily lately for the love of money. And he was definitely like manipulated or lied to about money and finances. The Tower. Wow. He could have found something out in regards to the money that's with his contracts and stuff like that. He feels like he was getting stolen from. Or again, there's a woman here that was only around him and using him for money, and he finally woke up to that. The Tower are things that are a little surprising, upheaval, shocks. What is this Tower, please? Ooh. What is this Tower about, please? Okay. The High Priestess. Wow. Yep. Secrets. Secrets around money. Secrets around the offers that you're receiving financially. Things that are hidden. I told you, like, he was very intrigued in the occult and maybe like getting more in tune with his own intuition and spiritual gifts with the High Priestess. That's again things that are hidden, things you don't see. And then here the Ace of Cups. Yep. So, wow. Wow. Page of Swords. Hangman. Yeah, so he knew already that like a relationship he was in, a love interest he was in was very secretive, manipulative. Okay. A user is how it's coming through. Just a karmic feminine. We already saw that. A karmic. Okay. And he used his intuition. He found that out because he was coming up as intuitive Kev and a star seed. This is Take Heath's energy. And he realized that about somebody. And he definitely retreated, or I don't want to say ghosted, but he retreated and walked away from somebody, and they were not having it. This could have been a tower to this karmic feminine. Yep, and Knight of Swords. Here it is, the aggression, the anger, the frustration, the urgency. The moon, yeah. It's like hidden animosity, hidden aggression with the moon and the Knight of Swords. And again, he could have found something out all of a sudden through means of a message or a piece of mail, a document that could have really upset him or pissed him off. Again, in regards to the money and finances. What is High Priestess in the Tower? And the Ace of Cups, please? A lot of secrets that he discovered and found out is what it's giving. You can't make it up. Here it is again, the moon. The moon and the High Priestess, yeah. There was definitely like some type of work done over his life, allegedly, is what I'm seeing. And didn't we already see death magic next to this karmic feminine? There's going to be a lot of lies and a lot of misinformation about this story, I feel like. Four of Swords, here it is. Yep, lies, secrets surrounding the person that passed away. The Four of Swords is usually a photo of a person laid up on a casket in a church, okay? And that's exactly what this is. Somebody in armor laid up on a casket as if they're asleep. So there's going to be a lot of secrets, a lot of things hidden around this, and it's definitely having to do with the love interest and money and finances for sure. It's as if somebody like offered him a drink or offered him something that like knocked him out or put him to sleep. I'm hearing the word unconscious, like he was unconscious. Maybe that's why it came through that he was alive for a while. Maybe he was just very unconscious. And I feel like he was robbed or stolen from. There was somebody else up there in that apartment. King of Wands. And I'm telling you, there's something here on surveillance, on camera, like you'll see the person leaving the building. The Fool. Someone here took a leap of faith. Ace of Wands. Something to do with a project or business or sexual endeavors. The Ace of Wands can definitely be sexual energy. Okay, we already saw a third-party situation and thief. But why would this have to be such a secret? Why would this have to be such a secret, though, is what I'm not understanding. Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords. What is this? Eight of Swords, yeah. Somebody could really end up going to jail over this. A lot in your head, very much so in your thoughts. Again, he felt very stuck or trapped with whoever this person was, and he finally let the burdens down, let these 10 of Wands down to start over, start fresh. Maybe he was, seeing somebody different, seeing someone new that he actually really did have real feelings for, and whoever this other person was just not having it. Yeah, the Empress. I told you he met somebody else that was actually more in alignment with him, or that's what he was looking to do, and the other person wasn't having it. So you have Judgment here. A judgment call being made, a great awakening. And I said that before. He had the Emperor show up. He came to a massive awakening, a wake-up call that he had to really grow up and get it together in certain ways, but more so spiritually more than anything. Here's Eight of Swords. The Hangman. Yeah. So he didn't want to feel stuck or trapped anymore. So he was letting go of whatever was making him feel stuck or trapped. Would have that been this karmic woman we keep picking up, not being in alignment with your spirituality or their highest self, anything that was keeping him held back, he was trying to let go of that with the Hangman. Having a new perspective. What is this moon in the Four of Swords, please? I don't get why that would be such a secret, though, unless I don't want to say that because I'm not here to speculate, but Six of Pentacles. I told you it's definitely giving like it was a concerted effort Because the Six of Pentacles you don't get by yourself. That's unearned income, charity, assistance of some sort. You know, there was definitely more than one person up there in that apartment. And I don't want them, I hope they don't try to make it seem like, oh, well, he had mental health issues, he was struggling, and so he just took himself a Brompton cocktail and put himself to sleep. This is not what this feels like. But I could see some of the emotional and isolating he was doing, emotional issues, so they could make it seem like that and people might actually fucking believe it, and that's kind of fucking scary. Did someone like get paid to do this or something? Was somebody paid to do this? I had revenge. It definitely feels like revenge, but was somebody paid to do this? The Empress in reverse. Two of Wands. Okay. Well, it's like they were offered something, some type of status or growth in a business, expansion. Two of Wands. Were they paid to, somebody paid to do this or something? Nine of Wands and the Six of Cups. Okay, so maybe not so much like money, someone being paid to do it, but someone here felt like they were the wounded warrior. It's coming through like get back and revenge. Again, Six of Cups is definitely something attached to the past, memories, nostalgia. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, someone who just very persistent. They just won't stop. They won't stop. They won't stop. Six of Wands. Yeah, heavy ego involved in this situation. I don't see someone was paid for it. Yeah, Six of Swords. But they wouldn't fucking let it go or walk away. Their ego was way too fucking too involved in this to let go or walk away easily, or to let Tay Keith walk away easily. Wow. Three of Swords. Yeah, there's the loss, heartbreak. Justice. So someone here may be brought to justice. Someone here I feel like may be brought to justice with this. I just don't understand the lying about it part though. Or maybe just someone here hasn't come forward and said anything. So someone here definitely traveled to him. It's as if someone wanted him to come to where they were at, but he said no. And then this person came to where he was at instead. Because he felt something was off. He felt like something was weird. So instead of him going somewhere, they came to him. Yeah, and I just can't help but feel like something was, like money was stolen from him in that moment, in the midst of him being like unconscious or not all the way aware of what was going on. And this Four of Swords really sealed the deal for me. Like the High Priestess and the Moon, Four of Swords. It's like you didn't even know how you even landed. How'd you even end up in the bed, or how'd you even end up on the couch? It's like you just wake up just dazed and confused. But the thing is, he never woke up. Jeez, I think I'm gonna leave this reading here, you guys, because I wasn't even supposed to be on here this long. But this is a very interesting situation for sure. I really hope and pray that more comes out about this, because and that they don't just leave it at, well, he was found, he's got some emotional issues, so he probably popped a pill or two, and that was that. Because this is not what this feels like at all, allegedly. So if you guys, enjoyed this reading, definitely leave a like, share if you care. Please feel free to get in the comments and tie up some of the loose ends that I might be missing, okay? I appreciate y'all so much for being here, for tapping in with me. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.